A $250 million fortune, 3 Oscar nominations, and a career that spanned over 4 decades. But what if I told you Michelle Pfeiffer's journey to becoming one of Hollywood's wealthiest women started with a cult, a supermarket checkout line, and a movie she absolutely hated? Today, we are not just celebrating the glamour, we are uncovering the gritty, brilliant, and deeply personal secrets behind that $250 million empire. Before the red carpets and the multi-million dollar paychecks, there was a girl named Michelle Marie Pfeiffer, born in Santa Ana, California. She didn't come from Hollywood royalty. Her father was an air conditioning contractor and she was a self-described tomboy from Midway City who loved surfing at Huntington Beach. After high school, Michelle was a little aimless. She briefly studied to become a court reporter at Golden West College. To make ends meet, she worked the checkout counter at one supermarket. Her life felt miles away from the silver screen, but destiny had other plans. Almost on a whim, she entered the Miss Orange County beauty pageant. She didn't win, but that competition put her in front of a talent scout who saw the spark of something special. It was the first small nudge toward a completely different life. So at 20 years old, she packed her bags and moved to Hollywood full of hope. And that's where her story takes a terrifying turn. She was taken in by a seemingly kind couple who promised to help her navigate the big city and get healthy. They helped her give up drinking, smoking, and drugs, which started as a positive thing. But what she didn't realize was that she was slowly being pulled into a dangerous and controlling cult-like situation. These people controlled her whole life, believing humans could survive on nothing but sunlight and air, and they drained her financially, taking every last penny from her modest income. Imagine being 20 years old, completely alone, and realizing the people you trusted are manipulating you. She has described this as one of the darkest periods of her life. The psychological grip was so tight she only broke free when she met her first husband, actor Peter Horton. He was researching the same kind of manipulation for a film role, and as he described it, something clicked. She realized she was in a cult. With his help, she got out. This experience taught her the most valuable lesson of all, the critical importance of trusting your own instincts, a theme that would later power her entire business empire. Her first major film role came in 1982 with Grease 2. You know what she thought of it? She hated it with a passion, couldn't believe how bad it was. In fact, the negative buzz was so strong that top directors wouldn't even give her a shot. Brian De Palma, the director of Scarface, flat out refused to audition her because of Grease 2. But here's the first $1 million secret. She refused to take no for an answer. The film's producer insisted she audition, and when she did, she blew them away. She was cast as the ice-cold, cocaine-addicted trophy wife Elvira Hancock. That performance in Scarface in 1983 wasn't just a role, it was a statement. It was a complete artistic reinvention that turned her into a household name. This one courageous pivot changed the entire trajectory of her financial future. After Scarface, her career exploded. She became one of the most bankable and highest paid actresses of the 1980s and 1990s. But what's truly fascinating is how she strategically leveraged her talent. Let's look at the numbers. In 1988, she earned $750,000 for Married to the Mob. Just 3 years later, for Frankie and Johnny in 1991, her salary jumped to $3 million, then $3 million for Batman Returns as the iconic Catwoman. By the mid-90s, she was commanding $6 million per picture for hits like Dangerous Minds, and in 1999 she hit her peak with a stunning $12 million for The Deep End of the Ocean. But here's the second secret, the power to choose yourself. At the peak of her earning power, she didn't just take every high-paying role. She famously turned down the lead in Pretty Woman, which made Julia Roberts a superstar, and Basic Instinct. She once said she didn't want to be just another pretty blonde, she wanted depth. She built her fortune not by saying yes to everything, but by carefully saying yes to the right things. That integrity gave her longevity, and longevity is the true wealth multiplier. While she was killing it on screen, Michelle and her husband were quietly building an absolute real estate empire. This couple is known in high-end circles as serial house flippers, and their deals are legendary. In 2004, they bought a sprawling 8.7-acre Bay Area estate in Woodside for $12 million. They added land and sold it in 2019 for $22 million. That property just resold recently for an astonishing $33.5 million. Hayes sold their Brentwood estate to Disney CEO Bob Iger for around $19 million back in 2005. In a single recent year, they sold one Pacific Palisades mansion for $25 million, and right after they bought another gorgeous 7,600 square foot mansion for $10.6 million. Their real estate strategy is textbook wealth preservation. They buy luxury properties in prime locations, add value and sell at a massive profit, all while continuously upgrading their personal lifestyle. This isn't just spending money, it's a multi-million-dollar investment engine that's been running for decades. Now this is my favorite part because it shows you it's never too late to start something new. When Michelle became a mom, she started worrying about what was in her kids' products, which led her to check her own. She discovered that the term fragrance on a label can hide hundreds of unlisted, potentially harmful chemicals. She did something that would change her life. She wrote to the big fragrance companies and asked them one simple question: what's in your perfume? They refused to tell her, so she did what any multimillionaire with immense drive would do. She spent the next 20 years figuring out how to build a company that would. In 2019, she launched Henry Rose, a genderless fine fragrance brand. But this isn't just a celebrity name slapped on a bottle. It is the only fine fragrance brand to be both EWG verified and Cradle to Cradle certified at the gold level for its rigorous health and environmental standards. The business world took notice. In 2023, Henry Rose secured a major Series A investment led by Sandbridge Capital, its first external funding to fuel massive growth. The brand has doubled its revenue year over year, proving that transparency and integrity are a legitimate billion-dollar business model. As she wisely put it, she kept waiting for the hard work of starting a business to end until she finally realized it's never going to. Entrepreneurship is a marathon with no finish line. It taught her a kind of stamina she never had before. Behind every great fortune is often a powerful partnership. In 1993, Michelle went on a blind date with a television writer named David E. Kelley. It was an instant and profound connection. They've been married for over 30 years with 2 children, while some sources combine their wealth at a staggering $250 million. It's worth noting other reports suggest David E. Kelley's own groundbreaking work as the creator of Ally McBeal, The Practice, Big Little Lies, and many more could put his individual net worth close to $1 billion. Together, they didn't just build a fortune, they built a family and a creative dynasty, supporting each other to take risks, including her bold decision to step away from acting for years to focus on raising their kids. So what are Michelle Pfeiffer's millionaire secrets that you can apply to your life? Your comeback is your power. She hated her first big role in Grease 2, but she used it to fuel one of the greatest reinventions in Hollywood history. Your past failures are just set up for your future comeback. Know your worth, then add a few million. She strategically climbed from hundreds of thousands to a multi-million-dollar salary by proving her value again and again, never being afraid to ask for what she deserved. Don't just spend it, make it grow. Her real estate portfolio shows she treated her wealth like a business. She bought appreciating assets that would work for her money 24/7. Turn your passion into a problem-solving enterprise. Her fragrance line Henry Rose wasn't born from a desire for more money. It was born from a mother's worry and a 20-year journey to solve a real problem with radical transparency. Build a life, not just living. By partnering with the right person and fearlessly stepping back to prioritize her family, she ensured her wealth was a tool for freedom, not a gilded cage. Michelle Pfeiffer's story isn't just about millions of dollars, it's about escaping a cult, finding your voice, making bold choices, and understanding that true wealth is the ability to live life on your own terms. She proves that you can be a small town kid with big dreams, face dark days, make terrible movies, and still build an iconic $250 million life of purpose, integrity, and undeniable impact. If this story of resilience and reinvention inspired you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the true secrets of success. What's the one lesson from Michelle's journey that resonated most with you? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.